it to your shirt if you want. I like the handheld more, but... All right, I'm on play-by-play. You are on color, right? Mm-hmm. You're on color? Or you want to do play-by-play?
How do you do play-by-play? No,
we're about to be. But what would you rather do? Play-by-play or color?
I'll do color. I never done.
Just wing it. Have fun.
I have some stats. Okay.
You have the light.
I'll be live. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for tuning in. Voice of the Mustangs, Vincent Chanchulo here for play-by-play, joined by Marcello Monty for on color commentary. Monty, we got a good matchup here today between Wayne Valley and Clifton. Clifton 6-9 on the year, 4-3 in the Big North Liberty division, looking to pick up another win.
Yeah, there's no question that both teams are coming in with fairly good records. I'm expecting a competitive match. I'm thinking, Vinny, that today could be one of those days in which we get the 3 sets.
Yeah, 100%. This is a game that could for sure go 3 sets. And interestingly enough, though, the last time Clifton played Wayne Valley, the last couple times Clifton played Wayne Valley, they couldn't come through. But they were pretty competitive games. Sure, in most of those games they lost 2-0, but those sets were pretty close scoring. And these two teams were, when they went to head-to-head, they are very competitive against each other.
Yeah, there's no question. In the games that we've live streamed for Clifton, they are in every match. Despite, as you mentioned, losing some of the matches 2-0, they still are very competitive. A lot of the sets going into mid to high 20s. Some of them losing by 2, but certainly Clifton has been very competitive.
No, 100%. Good setup here. Clifton staying in this one. Michaela Francisco making a good play on the ball there. That one tipped as it goes over the net. Another setup here, and that one just too far out, and it'll be a 3-0 start for Wayne Valley, who is 11-3 on the year.
Yeah, and those types of sets right there, got to make sure for Clifton's sake that you get that ball at least in, keep the play alive.
Last time these two teams played was on October 10th, 2024. Wayne Valley won 2-0, but again, another competitive game for Clifton.
And here down 4-love early. Clifton right now has to clear down, get the serve back, get some momentum on their side.
And Wayne Valley, they started off the season so hot. In their last 5, they're 3-2. They won their most recent game against Cedar Grove at Cedar Grove 2-0, but they lost the game before at West Morris 2-0. So a team that's been, as of recently, I would say, a little bit inconsistent. So we're hoping that, for Clifton's sake, I'm sure they're hoping that those inconsistencies shine through today on not only the offensive side, but the defensive side.
Yeah, on the flip side, Clifton's coming in with a 2-match winning streak. So, as we said before, we think that this definitely will go 3 sets. But certainly here, Clifton does need to gain a point.
That's right. They did beat Patterson Eastside, and they actually beat Passaic. And Clifton seems to have really good luck against Passaic teams this year because it was in another tournament game.
Yes.
Yep. The boys soccer team and the girls soccer team both won in those tournaments against Passaic.
We've had good luck.
Very good luck.
We've had good luck against Passaic for sure.
Speaking of boys soccer, at around 6:30, we'll have another live stream going for their senior night. So we encourage you guys to please tune into that right after this.
Hey, listen, we take great pride in bringing all live stream sports to you, free of charge, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no, we love what we do, guys.
Yeah.
So.
And finally, Clifton now getting on the board, hopefully a little bit momentum on their side, down 6-1.
Wait a minute, for those live streams, did you say free of charge?
Hey.
It is 6-1 here early. for Wayne Valley. Is now 7-1 Wayne Valley. Wayne Valley is also in the Big North. They're in the Big North. They're in the Independence Division, and they are 6-1 in that division. A very strong division, I might add. They've had 3 losses all year. Ramapo, Fairlawn, and West Morris. All 3 of those teams, Marcello, they're some of the best teams in their division. West Morris 12-3, Fairlawn 12-6. So that's 2 teams right there with 12 wins, and then Ramapo is 13-1. So their losses are against some of the most competitive teams in the entire state of New Jersey, especially here up north.
And player to watch for Valley is actually a freshman, and she's on the court right now, number 22. Her name is Madison Tratz. She's a freshman with 184 kills thus far this year. So certainly a player to watch, number 22. She is a freshman.
That's impressive for a freshman, for sure.
It is, and it's actually one of the leaders in the county in terms of kills. So for a freshman, quite impressive. And you have Julia Vasquez has 18 kills, and you have Devlin Letwin, Maya Palin, all players that we got to be careful of.
And for Clifton, you definitely want to look out. One player that I always talk about every single game. She's on the court all the time. She's on the court right now. She's wearing number 15, Michaela Francisco. She is one of the most impressive players on this roster, and she has been impressive for the past couple of years, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, Marcello.
Yeah, she's very impressive. No question. She's certainly one of the leaders on the team. Clifton here does meet the battle, but can't get that ball back in. An early 8-1 lead here.
Another player you want to look out for is Michaela Mercado for Clifton. She's another person who has been consistently on the court every single game for Clifton. I mean, we have a ton of seniors this year, so seniors are definitely the players you want to look out for. But Wayne Valley, like we stated at the beginning of the game, one of the top teams in their division, one of the top teams in the state.
And you can see that here. I mean, obviously being able to finish off points early. But Clifton here, though, 8-1. This is really a pivotal point at set 1 where we want to at least stay in the match.
And that was a heck of a rocket there from the near side of the court. Clifton just sends it over, but Wayne Valley, so quick, reflexes. They are ready for everything. And a good play up front, but Clifton scrambling for it. Wayne Valley again ready, so well coordinated. That one out, and Clifton will pick up the point. It's 9-2.
And you mentioned it before, Michaela Francisco. I mean, she was pivotal in that point because she kept the play alive on her own end. Here early stage.
And that one gets over the net. Actually, a really good serve. You don't see that very often from your libero, but a very solid serve. Wayne Valley scrambling. I feel like that's the first time I've seen them scramble all game to get something set up. Clifton, however, they've been scrambling all game long. And just a rocket there.
Yeah, that was one of the better points of the first set. Clifton certainly hung in there. Just unfortunate that they were able to get the ball back over the net.
Clifton, with a very good coach, Steven Alvarado. He's been the coach for the past few years now.
Yeah, you can see him coaching his teammates along the sideline, players along the sideline. And that's the one thing about coach is that even if you're not in the game, on the sidelines, when you're on the bench, it's going to continue to get in your ear, continue to coach you, so that when you do go into the game, you're very well prepared.
No, 100%. I always say that no matter what sport you're doing, whether it's volleyball, baseball, basketball, football, soccer, it all begins and ends with the coaching staff.
It really does.
And
so true.
And I feel like for the past, I've been doing this for about 7 or 8 years now. This is one more of Clifton's more competitive years in volleyball. They have a lot of seniors. They're in a lot of their games, and watching them play, it's really been a joy this year to watch them play some of these games.
And again, it reflects back to the coaching. Certainly has paid dividends. There's no question that this year, as in years past, as you mentioned, they've been extremely competitive. And you see that as the year moves forward, there's still plenty of season left and to continue to grow as the year progresses.
No, 100%. Everything, it's all about timing. It's all about the right time and the right opponents. And I feel like as the year goes on, Clifton has gotten better for sure, especially in these last like 4 to 5 games. I believe they're like 3-2 in the last 5 or 2-3.
Yeah, they're 2 and 3 in the last 5.
So to be able to pick up 2 wins, especially against a couple of competitive teams in there, with this schedule that we have in front of us, is pretty impressive.
It is.
Clifton just trying to get something set up here as they put that one over the net. Valley ready for it. And an excellent play there. Wow. And Clifton just gets it over the net, and that's 2, and Clifton will get the point there. There's 13-4, but Clifton's going to need to go on a little bit of a streak, and who better than one of their top players.
And Clifton doing a much better job of getting their serves in. We've seen some matches where those first serves have gone out. At least keep the point alive. And there is, again, Madison Tretz. She's the freshman that we mentioned. Certainly leads the team and most of the county in terms of kills. Near 200. And here she is on the serve.
No, 100%. These are 2 teams that have both been competitive the last couple of games. And there goes Francisco trying to make a diving play.
And, that's what I noticed, too, Vinny, with this Clifton volleyball team this year with the girls, is that even though in some of the matches they've been down sets, they continue to fight and they continue to battle. They never give up on points.
No, 100%. These are 2... I mean, even when Clifton's down, they could be down by 100, and they'll still go out there and they'll put out the best effort that they could to try and make this comeback. I mean, this is a team that's learned from mistakes over the years for sure.
Yeah. And Coach Alvarado looking here to make a switch. Yep. Number 14, Scarlett Vasquez checking in. And here is the freshman to serve.
And an absolute rocket. Goes over the net. A good play there. Freshman there, ready for it again. Oof, and a close call there, but
yeah, it looked like it was just within the line, right?
Yeah, but hey, you know what? Nonetheless, you're not going to get. That's not really going to get overturned. But a really good play there. I mean, that was pretty much all the freshmen right there. I mean, I mean, every single time the ball got over the net, she was there and ready for it.
Darrenese Garcia checking in. Ooh, the lights just dimmed. Not sure if what's going on here. Lights just dimmed on the far end. We're going to take a look at that.
Yeah, I think someone might have forgot to pay the bill, Monty. Just waiting a little bit here. Looks like Clifton's making a change.
Yeah, Clifton's going to make a change. Coach Alvarado will do that. He'll certainly rotate the players, keep his top players in. But he wants to keep fresh legs out there, too, especially down 16-5 here. You do want to get on a little bit of a run and try to extend this set.
And the Wayne Valley girls, I see them talking out things with their coach and with the referee. They're just trying to figure out... Whatever it was, I guess, got settled, and we're back. 16-5, Wayne Valley here.
Nice.
And that one out, and Clifton will get the point 16-6.
And again, perfect example of what we were just discussing, how on that point alone, how they were able to dig out a couple balls, keep the play alive, win a point. Save.
And that's 2 back-to-back points there for Clifton with Abigail McCoy, one of the sophomores. She was serving the ball, and she has been excellent. And it's a good thing that she's on the team because she's a sophomore, and you know what else is great? She's tall. You need height when you're playing this sport.
That's a good point, Betty. You're right. She's tall and she's young, and she's got a bright future for Clifton. Good, stay alive.
And another diving effort there, but Clifton just cannot... Finish it up there. Yeah, one of their top players. Again, one of their seniors. And now it's 17-7. comes the serve. And both Michaela's there putting something together to get the score up.
And, you know, I like that play by Michaela Mercado there, where instead of where she drove the ball, she little off speed, caught Wayne Valley on their heels and was able to get a point. Again, can Clifton here rally off 4 or 5 points in a row and try to cut this lead down to 4 or 5?
If they can, that would certainly be great for them. I mean, if I was Coach Alvarado, I mean, you know, again, I'm not the coach, but I would have used the timeout a little bit earlier just to try and, you know, you got to, you know, they're on fire. You got to put out that fire. That was a heck of an effort.
Great play by Mercado.
Now keep this one alive, and good job up front. And another good job up front.
Now the fans are getting into it a little bit. 3-point run here for Clifton.
Got to keep it going. You got to rally off a couple more points to keep this set competitive. And the serve again for Carolina Ferrata.
And again, I'm impressed by how they're able to keep these first serves in. They're not giving away points. Oh, nice play.
Clifton just trying to get it over there, getting back into position. And a surprise play there by Wayne Valley, and they will get the point.
Carolina Ferrata, yeah, really good effort there, but kind of caught her own teammate off balance.
Again, like just major miscommunication issues there, but you know, Clifton did a really good job rallying off a couple of points, but they just can't rally off 2 or 3. When you're down by this much, you got to rally off like 5, 6,
maybe they dug themselves too deep a hole here first set, but again, I like the way they've been playing second half of this set. They've been very competitive.
100%.
Nice. What's the call? What's the call there?
And I couldn't even see what the referee said there.
Yeah. Obviously a point. Now we go up to...
I mean, it's a violation on Clifton, so it'll be the point to Wayne Valley.
Extends the lead back to 10.
I believe he actually blew the whistle earlier, and then they blew the whistle again.
Yeah. And again, it's unfortunate because that little run that Clifton did have now has been extinguished. Now Valley with a run of their own.
But luckily, we have 2 sets.
Yes, we do.
So anything could happen in this sport, in any sport pretty much, but this is one where second chances are allowed, and Clifton has to take that opportunity and run with it in the second set. Unless they can make an immense comeback here. It's highly unlikely, but I've seen crazier things happen.
Absolutely. It's never over till it's over.
Absolutely. That's certainly the phrase, right?
Oh, nice low over. It's a great point right here.
And one thing I noticed about Wayne Valley, Marcello, is that every single time they win a set or they get a point, they're crowding the net.
Yes.
Every single player on that team is, I would say, at least 10 feet away from the net.
Yeah, you find that there's about 4 or 5 of their players that are that close. You're right. It seems like that strategy to be able to win some points, and they've been successful.
I would also say just with the eye test alone, they have a height advantage over Clifton.
They do.
And this is a sport where height is very important, whether it's boys or girls.
Yeah.
Height makes a huge difference.
Near the net for sure. 21-10, need to get a serve in. Nice.
Good deflection up front.
Mercado.
Right over the net. Valley ready for it, sending it back to Clifton's end. Clifton trying to set something up here. Not sure that's where she wanted the ball to go. Probably a little bit too far. Valley with a good play, and Clifton with a miscommunication there to set up a 22-10 lead for Wayne Valley. It doesn't look like Coach Alvarado is going to use his timeouts.
And you made the point, too, with miscommunication. It's a shame because they did have a backdoor set established, and then on the way back, they couldn't decide who was going to get the ball and gave up a point.
that went out. It's 23-10 now for Wayne Valley. Good setup here.
And there's the freshman once again.
And it's going to be match point here.
Number 22, Madison Tretz. I mean, certainly you could see why she is one of the top players in the county.
100%.
As a freshman.
She has been absolutely fantastic with them. She has a bright future ahead of her.
And like you had mentioned, she is tall for a freshman. She's going to just continue to grow.
And Clifton with another miscommunication there, leading to a 25-10 first set. Clifton down 1-0, but we still have one more set to go, potentially two. We'll be back. We're back for the start of the second set. Clifton ended up losing the first set 25-10, and I think the keys for Clifton is just to communicate better. I mean, I feel like there were a lot of opportunities there where they could have gone on a bit of a streak if this team was able to communicate better and and they could probably have come up with like a nice, instead of getting like 2 or 3 points sporadically, they get like 7 or 8 points sporadically. So let's see what Clifton can put together here.
Yeah, they did show spurts in the first set of being able to manage points. It's just like doing a little bit more consistently, having a little bit more communication. There were a lot of balls for points for Valley that fell in between. Let's see if they can tighten things up here, second set.
Clifton wins this second set. We go to a third. Wayne Valley wins the second set. Wayne Valley wins the game in its entirety, and Clifton will start off.
Good start for Clifton.
Very well, taking the 1-0 lead. There's Michaela Mercado with the serve.
Looked like it may have gone touch a net there. I think it was a net violation.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it was a net violation. And it is 1-1 now. That one gets over the net. Wayne Valley ready for it, though. Oh, and a lot of power behind that one, but Clifton there to make the stop. And again, like I said, their biggest issue, communication. That was another one where they could have communicated that a little better, but I would say they got more unlucky than anything. That did kind of hit the ceiling and come down very fast. 2-1. They put that one over the net. Valley scrambling for it. They get it over, but a little too much power behind that one, and we're tied at 2 apiece.
I like the strategy there by Clifton, not hitting the ball too far over the net, just right over it, and it forced Wayne Valley to scramble for a point, and it ended up positive results for Clifton.
And it's hard to set up something when you have all your people crowding the net like that.
Right.
You have to be able to move the ball back and set something up, and now Valley, look at that.
Yeah, that was a mishit by Leticia Arroyo. Certainly then gets a point through for Clifton. And again, critical here for Clifton. Try to stay ahead throughout this set. Try to get this match to a third set.
And Clifton hasn't led all game. They didn't lead it all in the first set. They've led twice already here in the second set. So things are looking up for them, and we're trying to see who the point goes to.
And it goes to
They're going
Valley.
to say it goes to Valley. It looked like it touched off one of the hands of one of our Clifton girls and went out.
Again, miscommunication there at a point where the ball was returnable and the return kind of was caught in between and unable to capitalize with Clifton and keep the play alive. This is Cassandra Papadatos on the serve. Nice over by Mercado.
4-3. Deflection there.
Block.
4-4. And Clifton going back and forth, but this is one of those times where Clifton needs to settle in and try and go on a little bit of a streak.
And
try and get on like this is one of those times where those 2 or 3 point sporadic, streaks that they have of points really come through and work.
They do. And again, here's a perfect example of maybe rallying off another point. And I want to give credit to number 23, Abigail McCoy. There's been a couple points here where she has height in the center, been able to make a couple key blocks, keep the point alive, even one for a point. So again, you can see Clifton playing a lot better here in this second set.
Clifton doing a pretty solid job, I would say.
Nice dig. There's McCoy again.
Great job there, keeping it over the net, and just that's a tough play to make.
That was hard on her.
A lot of power behind that hit.
Yep. She did her best to try to deflect it back over the net, but it was the momentum it kind of just made, handcuffed her a little bit.
All tied up at 5 here.
Instructions given here by the ref.
I believe they're making a sub.
There's a switch.
That's another good thing about Wayne Valley. A lot of good depth players on their team. That's something that you want on every team.
That was Amira Dizali who just checked in and gave Clifton there a free point.
6-5. Clifton leads.
And can Clifton continue to maintain leads? Again, this is not what we want, though. We don't want to give away points. levels the score line at 6, but can they somehow throughout this set maintain a 1 or 2 point lead and extend this match?
And for them to be this competitive, Monty or Marcello, and be one of the better teams, this is one of the better matches I've seen them play, especially in the second set. This is one of the most competitive games I've seen Clifton in, especially against a team that has been great all year, like Wayne Valley.
Yeah, there's no question. There is fight in this group. We've seen it all year.
It's now 7-6, though. Oh, and that one just gets over the net. I can hear. You heard it. It just didn't go off her hand the way she wanted it to. And that one gets over. Wayne Valley with a good setup here. Good deflection up front. Oh, well, excellent diving play there. Wayne Valley with a diving play of their own. And that will be 4 hits, and Clifton will take the 2-point lead.
Great point there by Clifton. And shout out to Rachel Fletty, number 16. I mean, what a dig to keep that play alive. Looked like that was going to be a point for Valley, but Fletty took it in.
Absolutely.
And again, back-to-back serves here, Vinny. We're just giving the point back to Valley.
But now the difference is you have an 8-7 lead.
Yes.
So every time I feel like they've given it back to Valley, it's been a tie game. But you have a 1-point lead. So if you do give up a point here, it's not as bad, crucial as it would be if you were tied up. So you're not giving up the lead if you give up 1. If you give up 2, you're thinking you're in danger. And they gave up 1. It's tied at 8, but that was just an excellent placement right before it hit the line, right before it went out. Perfect placement of the ball.
And there's been a couple of instances in which, again, the freshman being able to hit the ball deep and keep it just in bounds.
That one definitely went out, and that'll be a Clifton point, 9-8.
You could hear the coach for Valley, Shalero, instructing his players, keep that serve in, keep that serve in. We've seen a lot of those first serves this set go out of bounds.
On both sides, too.
No question.
And that serve was certainly good enough. Gets over the net. Good setup there by Valley. Tipped. Another good play. Can they get it over? No, they cannot. That is a tough play to make, and it is 9-all.
Give kudos there to Mercado, though. I mean, she really tried to keep the play alive, or rather, Michaela Francisco, I'm sorry. She tried to keep the play alive, gave her best effort there.
She has been putting it all out on the line in this game. I mean, she's been making diving play after diving play.
And it's been all year. There's no question she's one of the leaders of the team.
Been on the team for a while, too.
Yeah.
Another point there, and Wayne Valley takes the lead back for the first time in quite a while. It is 10-9 Valley. You just can't, if you're Clifton, though, you can't let them run away with that. I feel like if Valley scores another 1 or even 2 points here, you got to call a timeout.
I believe so. Yeah, you got them for a reason.
And it is now
will he use
11
one here? I'm not sure. Is he going to try to stop the momentum?
To 9. Coach Alvarado seems pretty set on letting Clifton play this one through, but I think it's going to be only after they score maybe a few more. I would have called one right there, but again, Alvarado is saving those timeouts, and that might be why it is now 11-10. Our scoreboard says 12-9, but it is 11-10.
That was Victoria Axelson who gave the point right back to Clifton.
It's 11-10 now. That one gets over the net.
Nice
Good
serve.
play there to keep that one alive. That was almost an ace.
And again, it goes back to what you were saying before, just a little bit of miscommunication there. It seems like that center area of the court on our side, there's been a lot of balls that have been landing there and contested on our end, and it's been leading to Valley points.
Absolutely. It's just that it's a hard area to cover because there's people all over, but there's only so many people on the court at once.
Right.
And a good setup there. That one goes too far over, and it is now 13-10 Valley.
You really don't want to have this game get too out of hand. Obviously, being the second set, we lost the first set 25-10. Got to keep this set alive.
And I'm waiting to see when they will use a timeout. is now 14-10.
Again, here is Valley on a 6-point streak here, so Clifton does need to get the ball back.
Wayne Valley's been excellent so far in the second half of this second set.
No question.
And
Nice block by again.
Great block up front, but even better hit, and she gets it again. Lightning struck twice, and she scores there. 15-10 Valley, and Clifton down 5. Valley needs 10 to win. That one goes out, and it's 15-11.
Listen, if you're Clifton at this point, you'll take any points that you can. Try to keep that streak alive. McCoy checks back in. Trying to get more of a net front presence there.
Esperancelia, the libero, to serve here, and that one goes too far out. And 16-11 now. Both teams with each of their timeouts. Oh, and it just gets off her hand wrong. That is just unfortunate on the Clifton side. It's 17-11 now. Coach Alvarado not using any of these timeouts. I think he looked like he might have been motioning for one there.
Yeah.
But he's not going to use these. He's going to stay. He's not going to let that one. Not going to let that one loose yet. Clifton setting something up big, a rocket there, but Valley, a great play. Good setup in front.
Need to go over.
And another excellent effort there from Michaela Francisco.
And it seems like every shot from Clifton that looks like will be for a point gets dug out by Valley, and they're able to keep plays alive. And you got to give credit to the server right here, Cassandra Papadetos. She made a nice clean save there to keep the play alive.
And that one looked like it might have been going out, Marcello.
Yeah. Her right hand, though, deflected it out of bounds. It gives Clifton a free point here. Again, only down 6. Can they somehow rally for 3 or 4 points here or try to even the score line?
I feel like it's something that they can certainly do. I mean, they were able to go back and forth with Valley, but this isn't a time where you should be going back and forth. This is a time where you need to rally for at least 4, I would say. And they can't get the rally started.
Ace.
It stayed in.
Stayed in. First ace, right? We haven't seen an ace yet today.
We haven't seen an ace yet all game. I thought for sure that was out.
Yeah, no, it's just perfect in the corner.
Wow.
That's 1. Let's see if we can get 5 in a row. Here's 2. Looking for a 5-point streak.
That's 2 in a row there.
Here we go. I tell you, though, this Clifton team, despite the wins and losses, you can tell that they really are a team. Alvarado really has done a nice job with this group of girls.
Yeah, no.
And they just battle right to the end.
Absolutely. Through and through. They're not going to get the ace there. That one deflected, but a good play there.
Needs to go over.
It's not going to stay in. It won't, but what an effort.
Great effort there to try to keep that play alive, to get the ball over, but it was way too deep. And that snaps the 3-point winning streak here for Clifton, now 19-14.
But credit to Jenna Alnatur, number 24, their senior. She did a great job serving there. I mean, back-to-back aces. I mean,
yeah, that's Chad's sister right there.
One of your students.
Yeah. Nice shot there.
That one will be tipped and out. It's 19-15, so Clifton keeping this one competitive.
Michaela Francisco again. I mean, really, what a great player for Clifton. All right, we're still in this game, Vinny. Only down 4.
19-15. Great job
Need
there.
a point here.
Have to score. That one goes out. Was not tipped by Clifton. It looked like it was very close, but they're going to say Clifton didn't touch the ball. Goes out. 19-16. You're going to need a few points here.
You can see the fans, players on the bench really trying to cheer them on and get.
That That was a close call.
That looked close, but the ball is Valley point.
Clifton thought it was an ace. Valley says it's out. Valley going to make a change here real quick. It's 20-16. Clifton down 4. And like you said, Marcello, you talked about it at the beginning. You said when Clifton not hitting it too hard, just putting it right over the net.
Perfect placement. Perfect placement. Sometimes a killer shot isn't always the answer. A little off speed right there catches them off balance. Great play there by Mercado.
It's just like baseball when you throw an off-speed pitch.
That's right. Keeps them off balance. Critical point here, though. Needs to go over.
It's not going to get over. It will. Good deflection up front. Clifton gets the point.
Great play there by Clifton to keep the point alive, putting pressure on Valley.
That was unbelievable. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a Valley point there for sure, but Clifton with a good deflection up front, getting the point, making it a 2-point game here in the second set when they need it most.
Good serve there by McCoy. Caught in between. Well, no, it's going to be
hit it twice.
It was a double tap. Double tap point goes to Valley.
And that is for sure a Valley point. It is 21-18. But a much better fight here from Clifton than in the first set.
100%. I mean, they're really digging deep here. Let's see if they can get a point.
Oh, and a foot race here for the ball. They're able to send it over.
Great play
Good
there by Mercado.
Clifton rushing back to their positions. Goes over the net again. Goes overhead and put right in the corner. Perfect position. 22-18.
All these points so critical here because obviously 3 more points for Valley seals the match.
I feel like this would be one of those points of the game where as a coach you should call a timeout. But Alvarado not using it.
Talk some strategy, but Alvarado has belief in his players. He's going to let them ride.
You have to respect that. I mean, they put up almost double what they put up in the first set.
Yeah.
Deflected up front. That's not going to be 2 because of the deflection. Wow. That one able to get over. Clifton makes a good play. That one deflected again. It'll be Valley point. 23-18. And the Valley's 2 points away here from securing their 12th win of the year. That one tipped in front. Clifton with the setup here. Sends it over, deflected, and Valley will get the point. It is 24-18, and this is match point.
And Clifton, you could see, communicating on the back end. They did everything they can to win that point, but give Valley credit.
And that's why they have 11 wins on the year. I mean, they're just a
one
team
of the top teams in the county for sure.
Absolutely. They're 6-1 in their division.
Looked like that was going out of bounds. The ball kept alive.
And that's a point for Clifton. It'll be 24-19 to keep this one alive. And serving will be number 3, Carolina Ferrata, the senior. One of their many seniors on the team. I believe they have 9 seniors this year. Here comes the serve. That one just on the edge, so a good decision by Valley to keep that one alive. Bit of a miscommunication again. 25-19. Wayne Valley wins 2-0. And a good fight from both of these teams here. Clifton falls to 6-10, while Wayne Valley advances to 12-3. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you guys. Yeah, pleasure doing it.